Are any of you caregivers? I'm an impromptu caregiver. I just happen to be living here. You know, this is my roommate. He's really going downhill fast, and I've been, oh, hold on. That was a phone call from a friend of ours, and, anyway, I'm gonna try to sound peppy. It's a lot coming down on me. Anyway, caregiving is pretty daggone tough, because I'm, gonna be 69 this summer, and, my roommate, Brian, was my boyfriend 10 years ago for a little while, but that didn't work out, so anyway, and I stayed here, because he kept saying he needed help, so it's not that kind of thing. Anyhow, I'm not being very clear, am I? I gotta tell you, I'm kind of wore out. I got this, some kind of sickness is going around, because right here in this gland, I can feel it. But I keep eating garlic, so I refuse to get sick. I don't want to get sick. I ain't got time. I gotta help this guy with everything. He gets everything so mixed up. So we're trying to figure out, since his family is, well, they're the only next of kin. He's still alive, but they're the ones that are related to him, and I'm not. And so we got to get him into a place somewhere. And you know what? Good gravy. These nursing homes, these assisted living places, tell me they're making a killing. Oh my gosh, this one that his dad is in is $6,200 a month. And his dad's a retired Air Force pilot, was in Vietnam, and worked for NASA, so he's got some money to be able to handle that. And he's 94, so he'll be alright. Plus he gets Social Security, so he's going to be okay. But Brian's a little different than that. He's got this property and his Social Security, so I don't think he can do $6,200 a month. It's a lot of freaking money. Have you seen this movie Ed Asner was in? He made these movies for Hallmark, and one of them was where he was an elderly guy, and his grandson comes to find him out in California, and they're trying to get him to sign a will or something. And Ed Asner, and this character, I love that movie. He decides at the end of his life, he's just going to walk off into the woods. That's not a bad idea. Just walk away, disappear. Caregiving is hard, because even at my age it's hard, because you have to stay on top of what this person needs. So it's like running behind my son when he was little, but my son kept growing and learning and got better and more independent. With a person who's got Parkinson's and dementia is forming, so it's the opposite. It's going the other direction. I'm sure there's plenty of you in the YouTube world who are dealing with this. I'm not surprised. I'll tell you what I think the culprits are that's causing this. And because back when I was a kid in the 60s, you never hear about nobody. No, I knew my great-grandfather, who was born after the Civil War in 1873. I knew him. I saw him. I was a child. But he was not senile. He didn't have Alzheimer's. He didn't. I tell you what I think it is. I think it's fast food. And I think it's chemicals in foods. That's the main culprits. People's health, what you eat is what you are. Yeah, my great-grandfather, I wish I had a photograph to show you. He looked like an old Confederate. You know, he had a white goatee. He was a frail-looking guy when I was 8 or 9, and he was probably 92, 3, something like that. And my mom would take me over there to his house and my great aunts, and I'd sit in the floor and I'm playing with my Barbies or whatever, and he's in that recliner. He's sitting there, and of course he's just old. But they would yell to him from the kitchen, "Papa, what you want to eat for lunch?" And he'd say, "I want a roast beef sandwich and this," but he never said potato chips and, you know, things like that. "I want some vegetables," you know, and he'd have a sandwich with some vegetables and some milk. See, when he died, he just died of old age. That's the difference. People are getting all kinds of crazy diseases that none of that stuff. I don't remember. None of my elders My grandparents? No. I had one grandfather. I was kind of suspicious if, then later in life, if he was senile, they used to call it. They don't call it that anymore. But, no, he wasn't even, no. So what the hell is all this fast food? It's what people are eating. I'm pretty sure of that. Because I don't eat all that crap. I will not eat fast food. Long time ago, I stopped that. Long time ago. And whenever I've had to eat it because I was in a situation and someone bought it, it's like, ugh, I don't put this shit in my body. I don't want to eat it. I just don't. I make a lot of my stuff. There is a loaf of bread that I buy called Rustic Oven. And I think that's a pretty daggone good bread. But I really rather make my own. But right now, I don't have time to do that. So I do eat that. I try to eat clean potato chips whenever I can find them, or clean pretzels. Just keep them for like a little munchy now and then. So I look at all the ingredients. So I've been working on my roommate, the kind of foods that he eats. Because when I met him, he was all about whatever's in the freezer section. You know, he was living by himself for 15 years. He's never been married, so he just eats whatever. And I was like, how can you eat that nasty shit? You know, like Hungry Man dinners. I said, man, the only thing good about that is the pretty picture on the front of it. The rest of it is you might as well be eating something a dog shot out of his butt. You know, don't eat that stuff. So, anyway. Oh my gosh, I don't want to take too long to get into all this because my arm is tired and I don't have one of those fancy tripod thingies. I don't. I have one, but it broke all to pieces. Piece of Walmart thingy. I ain't gonna go into that. So I know caregiving's tough. I came here from a situational lost housing. Some housing was taken from me. I'm not going to go into details. It's not worth it. That was in January 2015. And I stupidly came to this area. There's no jobs out here. I'm in the sticks. So, yeah, that bugs me. I'm in the sticks, and so I've just been trying to make money and live however I can. And I know the Lord's right here with me. I know He is. This is mountainous, and so I don't know what's going to happen. The big thing is I got his brother talking to me today. We've got to find a way to, see if he can afford some kind of nursing care. And then my friend John, who just called, he said, you need to be compensated for what you're doing because you're doing it around the clock. And I said, well, man, compensation would be awesome. Because right now I don't own a car, and I would really like to own a car. or like a RAV4 or some kind of little SUV. Anyhow. So somebody's got to help my friend liquidate this 12 acres. And that could probably pay for a lot of his future assisted living. He thinks it's only about 6 years worth. Isn't that scary? It's scary for him because he has specialized healthcare needs. And his Parkinson's has been going downhill this past year like crazy because of his cognitive decline. And I got to take him for a cognitive test at the VA week after next, I think. And that's a 4-hour test, and I gotta do all that driving. That's 2 hours from here, so that's a 4-hour trip anyway. The test is 4 hours. There's a lot on me to do all of this, but I know the Lord gives me strength, and I can handle it. And I eat my garlic. Garlic is amazing. That's an amazing thing. I can eat that garlic. I'm eating that garlic like crazy because everybody around me out here has got some kind of flu. And some of that stuff has got up in this gland right here. Because I can feel a knot. I know that stuff. I've been through that enough to know what that is. So I've just been consuming garlic like crazy. And I don't care. I sometimes slice it up, put it in some honey. And let it sit for a minute or two and just eat it straight up. And it don't hurt you. It's good for you. So we got to do that. We got to get him into assisted living to take this burden off of me. This is a lot on me. I got 4 doctor appointments I got to take him to between now and February 16th. And so there's nobody else to do it. Oh, I wish you could see what I see. Okay, where I'm at in Virginia, we've had some birds migrating back. Springtime birds, I've heard them. Those are bluebirds. I can't catch them on the phone video. There's no way, because my phone's not that good. I'd have to have a telephoto lens and all that. I ain't gonna do all that. So I just saw 2 bluebirds over there. And we had starlings or something the other day at the courthouse up in the trees. So where I'm at here in eastern Virginia, spring is coming probably a little quicker this year than it did last year, which is wonderful. Because whatever we do with my roommate, whatever we do with him, then I got to sell off his collection of mason jars. He's got so many freaking mason jars. You know, I love antiques too, but that's a lot. He's just loaded this house up with bottles and jars. So all you bottle collectors, I don't think he has anything extremely valuable. I really don't. I'll probably sell them off as a lot at some point. He's got Coca-Cola stuff here. You know, there's some he's got one antique Coke item. The rest of it's just everyday collectibles from the 80s, 90s, stuff like that. He's got 1 or 2 items that are really antique Coke stuff. That'll bring the most money. I've got to do all of that. There's nobody else to do it. He's never been married. He has no kids. And his sister and his brother, well, we're all up there in age, close to 70, so it's, they can't do it. And his brother is trying to help me figure out what to do. I don't know either. I come out here where it's warmer, but it's getting cool. I can feel it. And I just needed to talk to somebody. So I'm looking at my face. When you see this, you'll see my face. But I don't really have any neighbors out here to talk to. I talk to the birds a lot of times. It's really hard on me to do this. I mean, all night long. And during the night. I've had to do this before with my dad. My dad got real bad off when my mom died in 2000. And I was staying with them temporarily. Well, it's supposed to have been temporarily. And then Mom, before she died, she said, you got to stay right here and take care of your daddy. And then she died, like, months later. And he got crazy because Mom died. And they had been together since they were teenagers. So he did good for like 5 years. And then about 5 years into it, because he died in 2010, he got dementia real bad. And he just let go real bad off. Where he didn't even know who I was. And it was real bad. Brian's not like that. Brian forgets things. He gets mixed up. He might be like it later. I don't know about Parkinson's dementia. I've heard that it is different. I've heard that it's not like, of course, whoever has dementia, everybody has different, the people who have it have different levels of it. It's not, everybody doesn't have it the same, whoever has it. So I have to come and talk to somebody and get all this mess out of me. I made a quickie. Hi, little chickadee. I made a little quickie video yesterday about the Whirlpool washer situation. And a lot of people have been responding to it. I'm just trying to say that about that wash machine situation, Lowe's told us to call Whirlpool and get an RA number. That's a return authorization number. So I called Whirlpool. Whirlpool says, call Lowe's and tell them to get that number. So it went back and forth like that until, you know what, I was like, and I told Brian, I don't know what to tell you. Neither one of them will touch this wash machine. And we've also, somebody had commented and said, why don't you just take it back up? Well, we can't, because we did call them. We used to work there. We called the people that we worked with, and they said, look, all these policies are changed. There's no point bringing it up here, because we can't keep it. We just have to put it out by the dumpsters. Not anything we can do. So we're not going to do that. I mean, we still got till August. The warranty's good till August on that machine. It's just a circuit board. If you Google it, Whirlpool and Amana washers, and Google Whirlpool. Look at all the wash machines that they sell under the Whirlpool name or other names. So they bought up a bunch of them. And then they're circuit boards. It's all the circuit boards. Ugh. And I feel sorry for all of you who have bought these washing machines and having to go through this, because it's a real pain in the ass. So twice a week, we go to, or once a week or so, we go to the really nice laundromat we got out here in the country. And I got my little portable washer from Amazon. That's been a huge help. So anyway, I can't control but so much of what Brian buys. I've told him to buy some, a lot of people in Marketplace have got some used washers and dryers, and I said, let's buy a couple of those, just, use that. No, I don't want that, I don't want that. See, he didn't want to do anything. So when it's somebody else's money and their property and everything, I mean, oh gosh, sometimes I feel like if I own a car, if I can buy another car, I just got to put all my shit in storage and just haul ass. I've got nowhere to, I don't have a home. I don't have a home. I got cheated out of a home. That's all I'm going to say. And I can't go into details what I mean by that. Just trust me on that. So I'm going to be 69. So I really want one of those tiny houses from Incredible Tiny Homes. I really do. I want one. A truck and that, and that's all I need. I don't need a daggone 2-3 house. I don't need 2 bedrooms, three bedrooms. I don't need all that stuff. But I've been really scared. I've been praying a lot. Lord, please get me out of here. You ever prayed that? Lord, please get me out of this. Well, people say, you gotta have faith in God. Man, you're never, unless you've been in a crazy situation like this, where you don't have control of what's going on, you don't have the finances to fight it or flee or whatever. It's freaking scary. And I trust God. He healed me of cancer. But oh my gosh. I'm like, Lord, will you please hurry? And of course, I know God. I know His Word. I've read the Bible, and His timing is perfect. It just doesn't feel like it. And it's scary for me. Oh, God, I got to stop this. I'm getting cold. I would love to be down in Florida. But I heard that a girlfriend of mine looked up where she was at Mexico Beach about 3 or 4 months ago. Or whenever it was, back in September, I think. She said, daggone, it's 44 degrees at Mexico Beach. I said, well, it doesn't do any good to want to go to Florida, huh? If you're watching this, thanks. If you can say anything that helps, thanks. and anything, thank you. Thank you. This is just me. Don't have nobody to talk to. I'm going to go. I got to get in because I'm cold and I can't go in there and make a video. But I've got some more stuff in my scrapbook I want to make videos about to show you some things that I have found, bought, and sold. And I got a little story I want to tell, too, about how God led me into doing that. And it's really crazy. All right, I'm going to go. Y'all have a good day. And if you're a caregiver, you got my prayers. I love you. Have a good one.